Welcome to Orgasmic Conscious Cooking. I'm John Ashford, the cosmic orgasmic chef. Tonight I have a special guest. She is orgasmic too. And before I say her name, I'm gonna talk a little bit about her. So the birth of this orgasmic conscious cooking happened probably about 3 years ago. We're in this kitchen. I was teaching a class. She came by. At my classes, my bars classes, I actually feed people. So I was in this kitchen and I fed them some soup or salad or whatever. And she said, man, you should actually do something with this. And I didn't think anything of it. Tori was like, yeah, you should do something about it. Another friend came by and they said, your food is bomb. Let me come by and cook something or record while you cook. And I said, okay, I'll do that. And then I started recording them, different shows. And I thought about it, I was like, this is a lot of fun. I get to talk to people. I get to interact. I get to do one of my favorite things, cooking. And I get to talk about consciousness. And it just took off. But the concept came from my sister, Molly Mandelberg. And I'm going to have her talk about what she does. We're going to talk about something she created. If you're on my Facebook page and you see me weekly, I go and I pull some cards out of this box. Guess who created these cards? Further ado, my sister Molly. How you doing?
Hi, everyone. Molly Mandelberg. And I think there's probably at least a couple people watching this who have experienced John Ashford's food before. And I know I'm not the only one who had the thought of like, this man needs to teach us how to do what he does in the kitchen because I've never fucking tasted food this good. I hope I can swear on your show because I just.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It's YouTube and Facebook.
Yeah. So he's asked me to say what I do. I work with coaches and holistic practitioners and leaders, and I actually help them to get their vision and their mission off the ground and to expand from just doing one-on-one services with their clients to actually marketing who they are as a person and getting visible in the world and expanding beyond one-on-one services to actually having courses and programs and sharing their work in a bigger way. And this has very little to do with what I just mentioned, but I also make art and I also love consciousness, and I sort of channeled those two things into an oracle deck. And John is one of my bigger fans of the deck. He often shares it on his Facebook feed. So thanks for sharing my deck. This is what it looks like if you guys want to see it. I could probably change the angle, but we might pull a card later. But I'm really hungry, and I'm hoping John's going to teach us how to cook stuff.
Yes, we are.
What are we making today?
So tonight, we're going to have Thai basil chicken and green beans that's cooked in black bean garlic sauce. So I make a twist to everything. I like spiciness. My wife does not like spiciness. So we do something in between. So the chicken, Tori, there she is, says that she put the link on for the cards. Oh, yes. Buy the cards. They will change your world.
Thanks,
Trust
Tori.
me. She's not saying what they do. You open the deck and bam, shit changes. So anyway, we're going to have black bean garlic green beans. What I'm going to do is I love using coconut oil. It's one of my favorites. It smokes a lot, but it has a flavor. And a lot of Thai food, you're going to find me using coconut sugar, coconut oil. Sometimes I've used coconut cream or milk, which one is just has more fat and it's not dairy. It makes a hell of a cheddar cheese sauce. But in Thai food, it gets that coconut nutty flavor. Tori says, I love her oracle deck. Check it out.
Thanks, Tori.
Yes. And I have to remind myself, guys, I keep on looking at the monitor instead of the camera. So if I do that, don't beat me up. I know Derek was like, dude, look at the camera. Look at the camera. I need to look up. So anyway.
We're just going to get you a bigger tripod right here so that you can't accidentally do one or the other.
That would be ideal.
Yeah.
I have to do that. So I'm going to turn this up. And we're going to start with first. We're going to start with the green beans because I can put them in the oven and stay warm. Okay. So this is what the green beans look like. Okay. Now, the secret about cooking green beans is sometimes they can be tough. A hack is you blanch them in hot water for 2 minutes. Add salt, let the water start to boil. Now, what you don't want to do is put them in the water at the same time and then let the water heat up because you have mush. 2 minutes maximum high boiling, and then you cool them. You put them on ice, you chill them, and then they get ready to have a party in the skillet. Okay, so anybody who actually wants more details, you could private message me and I could walk you through. She gave me an idea that I'm gonna do. What if I did processing and one-on-one cooking classes with individuals that you'll learn how to cook orgasmic food and you'll learn how to work yourself out of problems to possibilities.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
You got a big party you need to cook for. You could get John on the line. He'll coach you through the whole thing and change your life while you're talking to him, because that's what happens when you hang out with John. I think it's a great idea.
So we're going to jump on that.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I like coconut oil. And it's about 2 tablespoons. I keep on showing the wrong. 2 tablespoons. Put it in the skillet here. Hope you can see it. We're going to let it melt.
It's a lot easier to get out the coconut oil here than outside in my van. I live in a van and I travel full time, and coconut oil is never that easy to get out of the jar unless you're in Arizona.
So that's one of the benefits of coconut oil. Actually, coconut oil is one of those oils that are very good for the brain. Some people think, oh, oils aren't any good. That's not true. The brain needs fat, but it needs healthy fat. Nut fats usually have a tendency to be a lot more healthy for the brain. And so I use coconut. Now, sesame, you don't want to use sesame seed oil that much. You want to use that very little because it becomes rancid and it's been toasted already. Not good, but good flavor.
Hi, Andrea.
Andrea, woo!
What's up, girl?
Andrea, when you come and help here?
Yeah, Andrea, she's had your food before. She knows.
Yeah, she needs to come and check it out. So
Kelly says come do it in New Mexico. I'm sure the coconut oil is probably soft there too.
Yes.
Depending on your elevation.
Yeah. Well,
it's
not
cold
in Dallas right now.
Yeah. Never mind.
Joke. Just a bad joke. Bad joke. It's kind of interesting though. The whole planet is like on freeze, on lockdown.
Yeah.
First, COVID.
Yeah.
Next, winter storm.
I didn't know that we were cooking tonight. Honestly, I was in a blackout for the last 4 days visiting my mom and had to, just had no power for the last 4 days. So I was like, Tori, John, like, want to trade bars? I'll just come over there and borrow a shower. And turned out we got to cook tonight. So I'm really excited.
So how's it get better than that?
How does it get better than this?
Okay, so this oil's hot. I'm going to move this out the way so you guys can see this. Okay, so I love garlic. Remember, garlic, black bean, lots of garlic. Now, this is another hack. You could take garlic and chop it up, but for the sake of time, stand back. So, you don't want to overcook things. You want the flavor of the garlic. Can you smell that?
Yeah. Smells so good
that
already.
Coconut oil.
Wow.
So you just want to really cover the green beans because the green beans have already been cooked once. You're going to do this really quick because what I hate are mushy vegetables. Yeah. Oh my God, it's gross.
You want them al dente.
Exactly. Let me grab something real quick. I'll let those heat up a little bit. Now, my hack. This is chicken broth. I'm going to show you this in a second. Black bean sauce and garlic broth. Remember, I like the things really garlic. I don't know if you can see that without me spilling it.
It's like a brown sauce.
Sauce. It's a brown sauce. So because I'm a little bit more health conscious, I should say, I don't use a lot of thickeners. What I do is just straight sauce. You could add cornstarch or arrowroot, and it would thicken it up. But who needs the extra calories?
Smells really good already. That's what I'm here for, right?
Yeah.
To tell you how good you're doing.
So we're gonna turn this off. Let it stay up for about 2 minutes. So, what's your favorite food?
Thai food.
Oh my God. Oh.
So I might have made this happen because I'm that powerful.
So what we're gonna do, Tori, don't look. We'll add a little Thai chili to give it a little kick. Bam.
Well, bam. He's also adding like a lot of energy and love, and I think that's what makes your food so special, John, is like the amount of vibes that you imbue into it.
Thank you.
You have like a communion with food that not many people have. I maybe met one other person who does food similarly, energetically.
Thank you.
I think I have that capacity with like words and copywriting, and that's why I'm
And
so
art?
good at what I do. Maybe more so with words.
She didn't receive that shit, huh? She didn't, huh? Did y'all feel that? The energy went womp womp. Open the card so you see the damn card.
I don't feel that way about my art, but I do feel that way about the book that you get with the deck, which is pretty awesome. But yeah.
Look at the art, guys. Can you see that?
Should I show them a couple?
Yes.
Let's pick good ones.
Yes. You guys gonna get a closer look. I'll get better than that.
This is a cool one. Transcendence.
Yes.
And this is a cool one. Generosity.
Hey, Tara. How you doing? Let's see. Tori says the artwork is dope. Like her. So let me just give you guys, hanging out with Molly, the first time I met her, it was just like, you guys, she did every card with her beautiful art. Yes. So
thanks, Andrea.
and she won't talk about shit. But when you sit with her, I sat in one of her classes before with business, and she always pushes you without pushing you. It's more like a nudge. It's like when you toss the green beans a little bit and they move around in the sauce and they feel better and they make your belly go, ooh wee. That's how you feel when you hang out with my sister Molly. So this is what the green beans look like. Okay. We're going to stick them in the oven so they stay warm. And we're going to go to our Thai chicken.
I've never made this before. I'm really excited to see what you do.
Oh, we're about to. So let me show you how this started. Tori and I went to one of our favorite Thai restaurants, and we had this Thai basil chicken. And I was like, I know how to make that. So I have this knack with food where if I taste it once, I can duplicate. It's like this. I have a friend by the name of Dane here, Dr. Dane here. You guys might know, some of you guys might know him.
I've heard of him.
I went to a class and I saw him doing this ESB, SOP stuff. And immediately I looked across the room. I was like, I can do that shit. I was like, it's something about it. And the reason I mention that, I cook like that. I go in a restaurant and Tori's like, we don't go to restaurants very often because after about a half hour of being in the food, if somebody didn't put any love and the energy was kind of shady in the back, I can taste it in the food. And that's when I realized that
you should have a cooking show. And you should be the man cooking the food for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Voila, here I am. It's that type of capacity. Yeah. You know, I don't know how to say anything more about it.
It's pure fucking magic.
So we're gonna go back.
But to be able to like know the flavor profile is one thing, because like that's a learned skill people can teach their palate to do. But to also like be aware, because a lot of you watching this, you're aware of more than you acknowledge that you're aware of. So to be aware of what went into that food and where that food came from without being able to say, this is not organic, or, I could tell they were fighting in the kitchen, but like there's a added element to conscious cooking that isn't always there. So of course you don't eat out that much, because you have a standard for the food that you put into your body and the love that comes into your body from it. That's special.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I like this. See what I'm saying, guys?
Love fest here.
You just hang out just a little bit, and you feel like you're Mary fucking Poppins. The sun's gonna come out, that snow outside gonna melt. Like, what the fuck? Okay.
All right.
So this is where it gets kind of interesting. I forgot the onions. Oh well.
It's too late for the onions.
Yeah,
it's for the green beans.
Green beans.
We got more onion. It's okay.
This is for the chicken. This is a half a cup of onions. Now, Tori doesn't dig on chilies, but this time she said, "Oh, babe, it wasn't enough heat." I was like,
"That's what we want babe to say pretty much every time, is make it hotter,
hotter, hotter."
Or we want them to say that was hot enough when it's after the fact. That was hot. Good.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna let that cook down till it becomes translucent, where the onions start to look like they're clearing up. And the very end, I'm gonna put some garlic in. I don't want to put the garlic in right now. Let me up here. Okay. Wrong camera. I hear you, dear. I hear you in back there. Okay. So if you put the garlic in too quick, it'll burn. Now I like brown garlic because it becomes crunchy and has a nuttiness to it, but it also can change the taste of the food. You don't want brown garlic in this dish, at least. It's on medium. We're gonna go with our tablespoon garlic. We don't need all that juice or water. Can you smell that? Can you smell it? Can you smell it?
Smells so good. Can you guys
see
smell it?
that?
I thought he was asking you.
Smell-o-vision. Now the cool thing about chilies is when I lift the skillet up, the pepper, the oils from the oil hit my nose, and I'm like, whoa.
It's hot.
It's hot.
It's hot.
Sorry, we might have a problem. You might have cereal. No, just kidding. Let's do this. No paper. Voila.
Voila. So
the chili is actually coming up.
Ground chicken.
Ground chicken.
500 grams of it.
Yep.
I read the screen.
So you keep it on high. You want to keep, this is going to sound sexual. You want to keep your meat hot. You want to cook it at a high temperature.
Yeah.
So it won't dry out.
You want to keep your meat hot. You heard it here first, people. There's a lot of ways to keep your meat hot, but this is one of them.
Tell us the ways.
Let's not just say right now.
You know, I have to say something. I was on a show earlier today at lunchtime. I was on a show called He Said, She Said. And we talked about how you keep your meat hot, but it wasn't like cooking. It's kind of weird.
So this is the topic of the day.
This is the topic of the day, keeping your meat hot.
Theme of the day.
How's it get better than that?
Valentine's Day ain't over yet.
Not at all. Every day is Valentine's Day. And that's the other piece. That's this brown. So I have this on high. I want it to brown. Then I'm going to add the special sauces.
So many special sauces. So
I'll start with this. Fish sauce. Made out of anchovies. A lot of salt. Fermented. It's going to be a tablespoon of fish sauce. This is yummy magic. It's called oyster sauce. And you're going to have 3 tablespoons of oyster sauce. It's kind of sweet. It has oyster flavor. Bang.
Super good.
And for your saltiness, just dark soy sauce. And for a sweetener, now, this is a secret. This is coconut sugar. It's a lot darker than regular sugar. It comes from coconuts. It says 1 teaspoon optional. I put 2 teaspoons. You'll see when you taste it. I tried it with 1. Coconut sugar is not as sweet but it's going to give an additional flavor. It gives another layer. It's like somebody hugging you and somebody doing you like this. You're like, ooh wee. Guys, I wish you guys could smell this. It's like,
it's heaven already.
it's crazy.
I'm gonna help you out.
Cool.
We got a little something on the sizzling on the burner.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
We don't want a fire.
We don't want a fire. No, we'll take it if we have to, but we don't want it.
Yeah. It's cold outside.
Hot meat, yes. Fire, no. Not gonna let that go. Watch out.
We have a friend in the kitchen too.
We've got a little dog here. He's not mic'd.
He doesn't what?
He's not mic'd.
Yeah. Yes, he's not Mike. He's probably going to want to eat, but I don't know if he's want chilies.
He's not gonna eat.
Okay. So we're going to start adding our sauces.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, fall out of it. That shouldn't have happened. So, Derek, I will go get new earplugs or whatever, because I asked the person for earplugs that would fit my ear. He gave me these. He said, oh, you have small ears, but these should fit. I have a hell of a time with it. Let's see. Is it better? Is it better? Oh, no, I just turned it off. Let's see.
We got a little.
This is great. Is that better? Let's see. Okay. You might mute it. Let's see. Technical difficulty.
I'll stir this while you figure that out.
Yes. I'll turn this down. This is interesting. Hello?
Are those on? We're in an echo chamber.
Okay, this does not work for me. Okay. I hope you guys can hear me.
I think the solution would be to mute this screen.
Yes.
Let's see here.
There we go. Perfect.
I don't know if you can hear your.
I can't hear you that well, but that's okay. If this comes back on, great. I don't know what happened here. Interesting. Samsung. I should have listened to Derek. Go to Apple.
We're listening. Now we got sauce though, right?
We got sauce. So this is our sauce. Okay. So we're gonna do. Clean spoon. Our sugar, which I'm gonna use 1 heaping tablespoon, which is actually like 2 teaspoons. A little bit more of that.
So tell me why you choose coconut sugar instead of like palm sugar or like
the flavor. It gives a coconut flavor.
Okay.
And it's not as sweet.
Not as sweet.
It's not as sweet.
You can't accidentally over sweeten it. Fish sauce is highly underrated in American cooking. It's one of the best flavor profiles to add to a dish, in my opinion. I've just started getting into fish sauce.
Oh yeah, it makes things yummy.
It's so good.
3 tablespoons of the oyster sauce.
Any sous chef.
Thank you.
Sous chef to the rescue.
I like this. And 2 teaspoons of this.
And you said dark soy sauce?
Yeah.
Is there a special kind you use?
I use the one without wheat, so it's actually tamari because I have gluten. I'm gluten intolerant, so I try to take care of my body.
That's good.
Give what it needs.
I can't wait to eat this. I wish you were
gonna be yummy.
Here.
This is going to be yummy.
Smells really good. The fish sauce definitely smells like fish, but when you're eating it, it's good. Doesn't taste bad.
So what happens is that you guys can see this. It actually starts to get a sheen. When the sugar breaks down, it's going to create a sheen. It's going to like caramelize a little bit. And that's when you take a cup of basil, Thai basil. Now there's a difference. I don't know the difference. I could taste the difference in the basil, but you can use Italian basil or regular basil if you can't find the Thai basil. But I prefer the Thai basil because it has a slightly different flavor. This summer was the first time my wife set up herb garden for me in the back on the patio, and I was able to grow it.
Ooh.
And I was able to experiment with the difference between regular basil, which I call Italian basil, and Thai basil. And you should be able to smell
It smells so fresh.
Yeah.
So did you grow this, or you got this?
This is from the garden. Okay. I mean, this is from New Seasons, or I think the Asian store, because one of the things you can't usually find a lot of Thai basil in regular stores.
Yeah.
And I usually find it especially Asian stores.
I love going. The Asian grocery store in Beaverton is like my favorite grocery store on earth.
Peanuts for crunchy, salty crunchiness. Add it. Turn it off. I need those.
Did you already put this in?
I use that in the green beans.
Okay, cool.
Yes. And
oh my goodness.
Turn it off. Any questions? Cup of peanuts, yes.
Anybody still here? We can answer all kinds of questions. Tori says fresh is best for basil, 100%, and for cooking too. I agree with you. Pretty much always.
I'm gonna set this to the side. I'm gonna let you taste this for me.
Me?
Yes.
Who?
Let me know what you think.
I'm like waiting to see if it's really hot or not. It's perfect.
Yeah.
No, it's definitely spicy, but I like it.
Yeah. It's a little bit because Tori usually has 1 pepper. We went with 2 peppers today. Babe, it's spicy. You should have salty nuts and hot meat. You know it, babe. Exactly. Carla Taylor, yes. Yumminess.
Yum.
So we have dinner waiting for us. I really enjoy you guys coming spending time with me every week. I'm really going to take you guys up, or I want you to take me up on sending me recipes that you would like me to cook. And if you want to go through some processing, we're going to start doing that. Okay?
Yeah. Get access to this man because he will change your life. My life has been dramatically changed by his facilitation. So get you some John Ashford in your life.
How's it get better than that? Until next time, people, I love you guys. See you on the other side next week. Orgasmic Conscious Cooking. Peace.
Bye.
I can Tori some oatmeal. Thanks, Kathy. That's funny.
It's not that spicy.
Cookies,
Tori.
I hope.
You're gonna like it.
Yes, Tori, you will enjoy it. It will change your world.
This was fun. I can't wait to eat that.
Yes.
You don't get any.
Now, Derek, can
King you John Ash on Twitter.
Yes. Follow me. I'm there.
Follow him on YouTube.
I just got on TikTok too.
Subscribe. You're on TikTok?
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yes.
TikTok's
I listened to what
wild.
you said. Yes.
Yes.
I put 1 recipe on there before. I have to do more.
It's happening.
Yes.
Oh, good.
It's happening as we talk, as we speak.
Do we stop the stream?